Perfect. There we go. Welcome, welcome. Listen, as y'all hop in, go ahead and make sure that you are dropping in the chat and letting us know where you coming in from. Represent your school in the chat. Let us know what school you representing as well. How y'all doing today? Also, any questions that you have, you can also use the chat for that function as well. We're gonna give it a quick, 3 to 5 minutes to let everyone get in, get settled and ask any questions they have. Okay, all right. Yeah, drop your information in the chat. We got CAU. Okay, Spellman in the building. I see y'all. Okay. We have Fisk, Morehouse. Good to see y'all. I'm happy to have y'all on. And we're excited to learn a little bit more about your businesses as well. Uh-oh, there's another Spellman. Oh, Jordan got to represent that Eagle Pride.
I'm repping like three schools today.
I love it. Okay, Howard. Hi, Destiny. You're in Xavier
Xavier.
University. Okay, come on, come on. Yeah, we're so happy to have y'all in today. Also share with us a little bit more in the chat about your business as well. Where you are in the process. Let's just get the conversation going. We are family on this call, okay? As you hop in, yeah, definitely feel comfortable. Now, this information session, we're going to get all of the information out and we're going to keep it quick and concise to make sure that we are respecting everyone's time at the same time. Okay. So, yeah, definitely use the chat. Any questions that may come up as we're going through the presentation, make sure you drop it in the chat as well. There will be a Q&A section at the end and you will get a chance to hear from our amazing HBCU, well, two of them, our amazing HBCU pre-accelerator participants from previous years, learn about their experience, their businesses, and we're just gonna dive deep into it. So let me go ahead and kick it off and just say welcome. My name is Shakia Kegler. I am the program manager at Black Ambition. And it is an honor to definitely be here with you to share more about this program that we have available. I am a former entrepreneur. Actually, I'm still an entrepreneur myself. So I understand exactly what the journey is like. And I understand how necessary it is to have these resources and these tools available. And this is one of those programs that's designed to really help you, develop and scale that business in this process. And we have some of the most amazing partners in the game who are going to be on here providing the training and the resources and support that you need. So you will learn a little bit more about them as I go through it. Let me hop over here. So first, just a little bit about Black Ambition. So Black Ambition is a nonprofit organization that was founded by Pharrell Williams in 2020 with the goal to close the opportunity to wealth gap through entrepreneurship and making sure that we are, not only providing access to capital, coaching, but also resources and community as well. Because I don't know how long you've been on this journey, but it can get lonely. So our goal is making sure that we are building community in this process simultaneously and also just taking a look at some of the things that the focus was when it came down to starting this venture. The goal was to make sure that we were well, the vision was coming together, combining our resources, our genius, our skills, our access to just create a plan that allows everyone to not only see our brilliance but allow us to stand in it unapologetically. So that's another piece of some of the reason that we continue to do this work. And just over the last 5 years we've been able to award over $13 million in capital to more than 131 diverse founders. Not only that, our founders have gone on to generate more than $265 million in revenue and raise more than 280 million in capital. And then, of course, being able to build, we're pouring back into the community by hiring at a rate of 4.3 new employees. So really exciting work. Some of the ways that we do this work, we focus on an approach called our 3 C's approach, which is access to capital, providing access to capital through strategic investments, also through different programs that we offer as well. So whether it's a strategic investment or a grant program that we have available or a pitch competition, we run a number of different programs throughout the year. And then also coaching. So when it comes down to building and developing, having access to exclusive mentors, corporate partners. We work with some corporate partners. Just recently, our founders went to Visa, and then also Louis Vuitton in New York. So we had a really good time there at that session as well. But having direct access to those partners who can provide information and pour it into your business. And also, sometimes, you never know, but partnerships and relationships are developed through some of these opportunities as well. And then, of course, community. Not only are we leveraging the community that we're building, whether it's the existing cohort or previous cohorts, the goal is to just build community through and leverage the opportunity to just connect through events, whether it's in person or virtual. And like I mentioned earlier, entrepreneurship can get lonely. So it's important to have a community that you can piggyback off of, ask questions. Sometimes you can be in the same space as one of your peers, and that gives you a space and opportunity to kind of leverage that knowledge that they have. There's a quote that Issa Rae said, and I love this quote, but she said, um, we have a tendency to try to network up when the truth is we need to also focus on networking across with the movers and the shakers that are next to us, right? Because we hungry. We gonna get it and we gonna go out and do it together if we have those opportunities to. So that is another piece and an important part of community. So remember that it's great to have those people that we aspire to be and want to be, but if we can build and grow together, baby, that's something different, right? That's powerful. That's terrifying for some people, if we gonna be honest. So just think about it in those regards as well. And then also our five verticals. So we have five verticals for investment where we focus on businesses. So and those verticals look like consumer products and services, healthcare, technology, artificial intelligence, and then media and entertainment. So these five verticals were strategically created and outlined based off of connections and resources that our founders have access to, where our founder, our CEO, just the entire team has access to. So it gives us that space to kind of dive deep and work with those businesses and leverage what resources we've been able to build throughout the last few years. So yeah, and without further ado, there's no way that we could do this without amazing partners, like literally at the helm of driving these programs. So I'm really excited to share and connect you with our partners over at Act House. Now, I know we have Dom on the call. I want to go ahead and introduce Dom. He is actually the CEO over at Act House, and they have been able to do some amazing work over the last few years. I have just hopped on and saw what that work looks like from another one of our programs that we've partnered with them on, and they're running. So I'm telling y'all, you're in for a real treat when it comes down to this. So, Dom, I'm gonna spotlight you for everyone to see.
What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Um, Year three, so ambitious, HBCU Pre-Accelerator. It's truly an exciting time. I think this idea really stemmed from an earlier effort that Black Ambition and Act House were looking to collaborate on, which is actually just a pitch competition. And as we all talked about, you know, pipeline and how do we actually develop founders better and innovators better and expand their minds in order to grow. Jermeen, Felicia, myself, and others just really started to think through how do we actually create pipeline programs that not only serve the Black Ambition universe, but that also fuel the other universes that are focused on very similar and like missions. I always like to say that Black Ambition are one of our cousins. We do a lot of great work together. It's always been family time and excited about it. But again, I'm Dominic Artis, founder CEO of Act House. It's a pleasure to see some familiar faces on the call. I have the privilege and honor since 2017. I'm working with some of the most amazing architects, creatives, and techies. You'll learn more about what an architect, a creative, and a techie is from a team design perspective. And we have a lot of fun with that. We've already accelerated roughly over 4,000 innovators through our pre-accelerator. I've invested in about 51 companies over the past 3, 4 years. Some of those companies you'll probably hear from today. One of those companies actually came out of the HBCU Pre-Accelerator. And it's just an exciting time. We probably put about $3.8 million into those companies and then gone off and raised roughly about $26.5 million in excess of ongoing capital. So what you can be excited for in this pre-accelerator is a mentally transforming experience that catalyzes you with the necessary tools and skill sets in order to go and grow. And so truly excited about the work we get a chance to do with Black Ambition. I'm excited about the team, Folashade, Jordan, Maria. You'll see some more of our team members kind of like spruced out across the fall. But it'd be a good time. And if I were you all, I would probably ask the two individuals that are coming up later today, or later in this time, in this hour, all the questions you can in relationship to how did they get inside the pre-accelerator, and secondly, how did they make it work for them? And so I see Jordan on the call. I'm guessing if Anna's on the call, I guess that Anna's going to open her mouth and share some light as well. And so it's always a beautiful thing to see these two. They're definitely rock stars in their right, and we're just actually thankful to be a part of their journey in any way that we can. So I'll turn it back over to Shaki and Folashade, and we'll keep it rolling. I was another side. Folashade, you got it?
Oh no, that's all. That was all. That was all.
Oh, that was
Everything.
all.
Shakia, it's over to
Okay,
you.
cool.
Yeah, you did a great job, Dom. Thank you.
You bet.
Absolutely. So, we kind of end up breaking this down to talk a little bit about why so ambitious, and it's constantly been a part of one, the work that we do at Black Ambition, but also everything just focused around and stems around ensuring that we are being ambitious in not only our goals for driving and developing our business, but also for how we're developing ourselves as individuals and our companies in our communities that we're coming from simultaneously. So this is also a space and an opportunity for us to just dive a little bit deeper into how are we building community, whether it's a virtual program like we're currently running with this one, or some of the in-person events, and how can you focus on building community and focusing on expanding your ambition through that space as well. So when we dive deeper and talk about the actual program, Felishade, I think this is actually for you.
Oh, okay, go ahead, no problem. So
Mhm.
the actual program, it's going to be 8 weeks long. I know that sounds kind of like a long time, but it goes by so quickly. You're going to be introduced to a lot of information. Initially, it might feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. Um, but you'll be able to keep most of this material, so you'll be able to digest everything later on. Dom mentioned a few team members earlier. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Fola Sade. I am the program manager right now for Act House. I head most of our pre-accelerator programs. That includes BDX, which is our 24-hour innovation boot camp, and our online accelerators currently, which is including you all. Like Shakia mentioned earlier, we have a Florida fundable lab that's going on right now. And um, that is a 10-week long program, but that has shown us the power of community and the what's special in what we're doing right now. So it's kudos to you guys for being here. This program is going to be just full of different types of information that you're going to be receiving as an entrepreneur that you wouldn't receive anywhere else. We're going to look into leadership development. Like Dom mentioned earlier, we have an ACT model that I'm going to allow Jordan here to join in and explain. He's our creative director at ACT House. If you ever looked ACT House up, you will see a lot of our creative, our reels, most of our messaging is all led by Jordan. So if you, Jordan, get yourself off mute.
Hello, hello.
Thank you.
And what did you want me to share in
Oh,
particular?
just kind of go over the ACT model because John, I'm going to mention
Yeah.
techies, architects, creatives.
So essentially, and I've worked with Act House since I believe it's 2018. So pretty much all of my adult life, which is crazy to think about. I feel like I've been through college or university twice over. But essentially, the ACT model is based on this triangle system, not similar to the one that was instituted with Bulls, but essentially you have an architect, which is generally going to be your business mind. So somebody who's focused on leadership, developing the rest of the team and making sure that they're able to facilitate everybody else's kind of superpowers within that team. The creative is going to be somebody like myself. So that tends to be somebody who is a little bit more creative. Maybe somebody's like a designer or UX designer. And even in some cases, people that are more focused on just more other creative elements. And then lastly, we have the techie, which is usually going to be like a programmer, a coder, or somebody that's more focused on the technical aspects of the business. So we find that having a more balanced system to where everybody's able to lean in on their superpowers in their own respects allows for everybody to really facilitate the work in a way that leads to the best outcomes. And we have different models that we actually have instituted within our ACT assessment that allows us to understand, based on the team's kind of structural build, what their cohesion score is going to be. So sometimes you may have an AC and a T, but based on other elements of their personalities or other traits that they have within their own personas, it doesn't necessarily equate to something that is the most optimized for solving the problem that they're going to optimize. So not only do we lean on the ACT assessment and the ACT model, but we lean on other insights to understand the best ways to create teams that are cohesive based on the traits that they use in work, but also based on the traits that they use in collaboration, based on the traits that they use in compromise, based on the traits that they use in other elements of life that really pull and lean into full team cohesion.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So like you said, we do lean a lot into team cohesion. I think one of the most different parts of ACT House is that we focus on how team can elevate your entrepreneurship strategy. A lot of times people don't consider the dynamic of a team and how the business is going to flow. So you guys are going to be able to learn foundationally from that perspective, which is very special. Okay, so applications close on July 18th. You can find those applications linked on the So Ambitious website. You can find it on our Instagram in our bio. I'll share both links for these later on in the chat. The start date for this program is going to be on August 11th. It's going to be 8 weeks long, so we'll end in October 10th. It's not going to be a super heavy commitment, but you're just going to have to commit to being present and tapped in during the times that we have these sessions. It's absolutely free to participate. We have 100 seats available. So like we said, you have a little bit over like a little bit under a month to be able to get your applications in for review so that we can go ahead and have you accepted. It's free to participate. The only qualifications that you need to have gone to an HBCU or graduated from HBCU in the last 5 years. That would also make sure that you're 18 and over so we can all be accountable for ourselves. The way the program is going to go, you'll have facilitated workshops, fireside chats by some guest speakers, which we'll go ahead and introduce whenever you get accepted into the program. There'll be weekly sprints that we go through, which will kind of be your homework. Because we are on the time that we are in right now, we are going to take a more AI-centered approach during the sessions so that we can dive into how we can use AI to enhance the work and not actually create the work for you, because AI is meant to enhance, not take away the originality and creation that you guys have for yourselves. And then we'll have open forums, which will be you guys' opportunity to be able to talk directly to the facilitators of the workshops and ask the questions that you'll need answer that you would have gained by doing the work during the week. Some of the workshops, these are going to be the titles of the 8 weeks. You don't have to write this down, take a picture. This will be given to you in your welcome packet whenever you're accepted into the program. But we'll teach you how to develop an MVP, how to position your project in the market, how to go through brand and marketing your business, understanding your customer and market, take you through some customer personas, how to design for equity, your revenue and financial models, and how to master your pitch and build your investor timeline, which is what I'm sure most of you are interested in doing, since at the end of this, you'll be able to pitch something if you're selected. Go to the next one. Okay, I kind of went through this earlier, just to revisit. The expectations in this is that whenever you do get accepted to the program, we're taking this, word of mouth that you will be able to show up the best way that you are able to. That means committing to the time that you accepted, that about the 8 weeks of the program. This will ensure that our workshop leaders and the guest speakers and the future mentors will also feel like their time is being respected, and you guys will get more valuable output from what you're putting in. So that's on here. There's also some grace. You don't have to attend every single session. As you guys see, you can attend 12 out of 16 live sessions just based on how things are going on our other accelerator. I'm sure you guys are probably going to be tapped into wanting to watch them all live, just so you'll have opportunities to have your questions answered. But if you're not able to meet those sessions, there will be recordings available for you all to watch them later.
Perfect. So I can kind of hop in here and talk a little bit about what's in it for you, because that's the big question. Like, what do I get out of this? So again, we already talked about it. It's cohort-based programming, but also access to an exclusive network of, and then just also access to opportunities that we have available and that our partners have available as well. Access to mentors and then other experts or entrepreneurs as well who are in this space. Now, the big piece is the money. Let's talk about it. So there'll be access to up to 100K in funding support through our virtual demo day. You have to participate. You have to show up to, really be able to work and work on that business, because by the end of it, we're going to select participants to actually pitch in our virtual demo day. So in the virtual demo day, you'll have the opportunity to go ahead and pitch your business. If you are awarded, or if you're awarded for the prize, you also get a chance to you'll be extended the invite to the actual demo day in person as well. But there will be prizes of up to $20,000 for the winners of the virtual demo day as well. In addition to that, you get access to connect with investors, and we'll be able to put you in front of our network as well. Of course, we're going to do the whole shebang, letting people know about who you are, telling them about your business and how well you've been able to develop this business through, working with our partners throughout this program as well. And then, of course, just continuing to develop, and you'll be a part of that next cohort of Black Ambition Prize winners as well. So if you are advanced to that next phase. So let's look at the video from what to expect from the in-person demo day. We really also will have a video for, I'm trying to get us a video for the virtual demo day as well. Let's see if I can play this. Can you hear my audio? You can?
Nope.
Okay. No. Let me try.
Maybe on your audio, switch it.
Let me switch the audio because I think it's sharing from my mic right now. Okay.
I'm Bill Harper, and I'm so happy and excited to be here because this truly is a celebration. It's about actually seeding and funding entrepreneurs, job creators, founders. Each entrepreneur will have 4 minutes to pitch their venture, followed by 5-minute Q&A from the judges. Okay, so this is the real deal, y'all. And this is very serious. This is life-changing.
Of 10 months from application to the mentorship program to this night where we get to invest in 30 amazing companies.
Cutting checks between $25,000 all the way to $1 million to help put them on a path to expedited success. Tonight, we're joined by more than 3.
Okay, so we've had we've had the opportunity, like I said, to do in-person demo day, but you'll also have a virtual pitch competition as well. So you're really getting the best bang for your buck by participating in this program. It's free, so you're really getting the most out of it, in all honesty. Now, when I talk about the number of founders who are going to advance, we are going to advance 5 founders, and they will be the ones to join the actual 2025 cohort of the Black Ambition Prize. And like I mentioned, each of them would receive $20,000 in investment, and that would be that total allocation of that 100K that I spoke about earlier. In addition to that, you'll also have some follow-on support. So from our community through, different areas, or you need access to connect with someone that maybe you saw us connected with, or someone that, you met at one of our networking events or something to that effect, then you would be able to definitely reach out, and we'll be able to leverage our network from that. Yes, demo date is in Miami this year, November. So definitely, it's gonna be a time will be had. That's all I have to say. In addition to that, we continue to support through virtual learning events. After you're participating in the program, you'll become a part of our alumni program as well. So you'll have access to, our community platform, virtual events that we have, office hours, we have Ask Me Anything sessions. And then, of course, we have partners who can also provide support with pro bono legal counseling, and then also just so much more. So in addition to, the prize of 20K, you also get so much more in funding components as well. Now, this is a space where I've done enough talking. um I think it's perfect time to kind of give y'all the opportunity to hear from someone who's been in your shoes and have advanced to, the actual next level of this that I just talked about. So I'm really excited to kind of go ahead and kick it off. Philishade, and I'll go ahead and spotlight
Give me
our
the
founders.
floor. We can remove, there we go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Anna and Jordan, y'all are both gonna come off mute for me so we could talk for real.
Hey, hello.
All right. Everybody, I would like you guys to give a warm welcome to Anna and Jordan. Jordan is the CEO and founder of Forefront, and Anna is the founder of Rejuvenation. If you guys want to individually just talk a little bit about yourselves and your companies, and then we'll dive deeper. Jordan, you go ahead.
Okay, cool. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Jordan Weaver. As Felishada mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of Forefront, and we are also the 2024 HBCU Grand Prize winner. So Forefront is an influencer marketplace. Thank you, Anna. For emerging BIPOC brands and content creators to really stay at the forefront of the culture and be able to earn and thrive with social media and influencer marketing. So we just make it easier for these brands to source, hire, and manage content creators and those partnerships. And so really excited to share more about my journey through Black Ambition and Act House through the So Ambitious program. And I will pass it over to Anna.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Cobb. I'm the CEO and founder of Rejuvenation Beverage Company. We are a plant-powered functional beverage company that focuses on the intersection of health, wellness, focus, and hydration. We were 2023 Black Ambition Prize winners. We did the So Ambitious Pre-Accelerator, and then I also went on to doing Act House later on that year. So I feel like I have been with Black Ambition now for like 2 years of just constant work, but I love my Black Ambition family so much. I honestly would not be where I am today if I didn't have the support of this community. So yeah.
I love that you ended that way, because that kind of leads into my next question for each of you. What made you decide that you wanted to apply to the So Ambitious Pre-Accelerator?
I can start off. So I was really on the fence about applying. I think I can just share my story just very transparently.
Yes.
I'm someone who applied through Black Ambition, So Ambitious, and even Act House a couple times and got denied. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was very defeated. And even becoming I think I was a semifinalist for 2023. But for 2024, I applied and got denied. And I almost did not apply to So Ambitious, but something inside of me was just like, you have nothing to lose. And so I, shrugged off my shoulders and I just applied. Obviously, just realizing that I had a lot of improvements I wanted to make in my company to refine just really who we're targeting and just what our business model was. And so I just felt like there was nothing I could lose. I had a valuable experience participating in the previous So Ambitious program. Dom and the entire team. If you guys get into the program, Dom is such an amazing just instructor, educator. And so I was really looking forward to his sessions, the way he like really breaks things down. It's very hands-on. It's not just another program. And I've been through a lot of programs too. And you kind of just go through the motions. But this is a program that really allowed you to dive deep into your business and to really understand your customers. And that was something I know I needed. So I just had to put my pride aside. I'm like, okay, whatever happens, happens. I said, there's money on the line too. I'm like, what do I have to lose? So that's ultimately what led me to apply.
Yeah, so I also kind of transparent. I had applied for the something in the water pitch competition in this was like beginning of 2023. This was at Virginia Beach. It was it was with Black Ambition and Black Girl Ventures. And that was my first time like really meeting the Black Ambition team. And Jermeen, who is also on the Black Ambition team, I had pitched and got second place. And she was like, you should apply for the Pre-Accelerator. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm still using Amazon bottles for my product. Like, I am not there yet. But she's like, no, like, just do it. And we're gonna like try to help you out. Da da da. So I got into the 2023 Pre-Accelerator program. And then from then on, just kind of like progressed through the competition. And I was still working full time. And I remember like sitting in my car and I would get those Black Ambition emails like, congratulations, you made it to the next round. I'm like, me of all people. But I will say like it was such a great experience because I think like my steps were very much ordered. I'm glad I got to go through the Pre-Accelerator and then I went to the main competition. We got to go to demo day in New York and then simultaneously still got accepted into Act House, had just met Dom and the team, and it was just like I had all of these, like everything, it fell out of like, it was not in my hands at all. It was just like, this was the plan that God had for my life. And I was just a vessel. I just went and it happened.
Amen. Love that. Since you both kind of discussed how you guys started, and your experience kind of within the program, how do you guys feel like what your journey has been since you've left? I know both you guys are kind of at two different stages. I know you're a couple years removed. Jordan, you just won. So if either of you wants to start, maybe Jordan, let's start with you and see what your journey's been like since you've won.
Yeah, the journey has been amazing. Like, I'm really grateful for just the post-program support through just the Black Ambition program. It's not just a check. Like, I know a lot of programs, they just write you a check and kind of just leave you to the woods and to the wolves and things of that nature. But like, this the support and just the network and the community has been amazing. Just being able to connect with other amazing founders that have gone through this program. And people are really looking to support. If I have questions looking for a lawyer, if I have questions about anything, we have group chats that we can literally reach out to people and everyone's really willing to help and support. And even just the rooms that we were able to be in, like just going to New York and being amongst Louis Vuitton executives and speaking with, CMOs of Visa, stuff that you just never really get access to as just a founder in general, but particularly being, Black woman founder, those type of rooms aren't really made accessible to us as often, but just being able to be in those rooms and they were really excited to have us and, really just gave us a great time. So I think ultimately just being in the Black Ambition Network has definitely been an amazing accomplishment. But even outside of that, obviously getting the check is definitely amazing as well. And so we've been able to do a lot of things with that. And one of the biggest things we've been able to do is hire some additional part-time hires, which has been game changing for us, just being a solo founder and working full time. I work at Spelman and Morehouse in their Center for Black Entrepreneurship. I see some of our students. So that's my full-time gig. And building a company, one, is not easy, but also building a company by yourself while you're working is just not easy. So being able to hire people who are just as passionate about what we're doing in the influencer marketing space that can really add value to our team to get us, to the next level has really been been game changing. And so we've hired our partnerships coordinator who has a lot of experience in influencer marketing. And we just hired a marketing strategist that's really going to help us to now like really be at the forefront ourselves. And so really excited to just be able to bring on people who are just as passionate about what we're doing. And so that's what I would say is what we've been up to and why we're grateful for this opportunity.
Growing that team. I love that. Anna, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, there's so much power in partnership. So it's like it's beyond you. It's like the partnership between Black Ambition and Act House, it trickles down to building great partnerships between us and other founders that go through the same programs. And I think that's like the beauty behind it all. I love that I have been able to meet so many other founders, whether they're in the same space, whether we're not in the same space, but we all support each other. It's like, if you know that you offer this service that could help my business, okay, we're only shopping from this person because that's my Black Ambition brother and sister. That's my Act House cohort cousin, like we like to call out here. So you know, it's like it's that it's that part of partnership that I think for some other programs you don't always get. I've been through 5 accelerator programs, and I tell people hands down, Black Ambition and Act House are my like top 2. And I've been through some like really great programs, but like Jordan said, they just give you a check and then they throw you out into the wolves. This is more of like, we're trying to build you as a founder, and we're also trying to build you to go on and run your company, to be able to sell one day, to be able to work with like, you know, the Fortune 500 companies, or become one of them one day. But I think if you don't have that foundation, then you're going to ultimately fail. And especially if you're a solo founder, or especially if you're a founder that doesn't have a team that is really close knit, or have a team that follows like the architect, the creative, the techie kind of like breakdown, because all of those things, they really matter. And for people who have done it 2-3 times before us, it's more than helpful.
That's awesome. I know you both spoke to support and community that you guys received by being in this program and just going through the HBCU Pre-Accelerator initially. Can you guys both kind of speak to your experience within the program and maybe like a mindset shift or something that you took with you that you've been carrying in your work now?
You want me to go?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. I would say again, after participating in like multiple different startup programs and stuff, like sometimes you just go through the weeds, like, okay, I'm just showing up, okay, I'm just submitting this deliverable. But I think what really clicked for me is like really putting on the hat of a founder, not just like a participant, and like really applying what you're learning into your business. So one thing that I really enjoyed, one of the workshops that we did, I'm not sure if you guys are going to do it this year, but it was like a customer journey workshop. And it's something that I've thought about, something I haven't really written out, but it really helped me to understand just the whole business side of just being a founder, really caring about customers and really just applying the knowledge. And so I think overall what I would just recommend to all founders is make sure you have an end goal of what you want to accomplish in this program, whether it's okay, I want to get my MVP launch, okay, I want to talk to 50 customers, whatever the case is, and stick to that goal. Because you don't want to end up in the same position at the end of the program as where you started. And so I think that's the biggest thing, is not getting out of the mind of just being a participant and just showing up, but obviously show up, get as much out of it as you can, and making sure you're actually applying it and seeing development in your business.
Yeah, definitely. Like Shakia just said, begin with the end in mind. For me, well, I feel like we've been through so many different ends in mind as we've gone through these programs, but we've been able to with the mentorship round of Black Ambition, I still talk to my mentor to this day. Like, I can text her at any moment, and she was our facilitator when they did like breakout rooms, but literally she kind of helped me get focused, because I was still, I don't want to say I just graduated college, but I was still, you know, early, like in my very first like big girl job, quote unquote. And so I really didn't know like, oh, do I want to do this entrepreneurship thing full time? Do I want to, go back to work? I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think she really just got me focused. Like she was like, okay, this is what we need to do if you want to get here. And I'm like, I have G-Wagon dreams, but it's like, I don't have G-Wagon money. So I need to be able to make sure I have the G-Wagon money to get to those dreams. And she was able to like give me that breakdown and just the path to what I want to be or where I see myself in the next 10 years. And it's not even just for like founder wise. It's, mentally, spiritually,
Holistic.
physically,
Yeah.
all the things. Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be our last question, then we're gonna move into Q&A, which they'll be able to ask you guys some questions too, so you're not going anywhere. Last thing, even after this, I know some people might be hesitant to feel like they're qualified to apply, or if they're not ready enough to apply, which once you kind of get in this journey, you know that being ready is not a real thing. To be prepared, but that feeling of readiness is not, it's not going to come all the time. Can you guys kind of just give them some advice on what to do if they have any type of those feelings? Anna, you're unmuted, so you could probably just rock first.
Um, I would say, I mean, just do it. Like, be Nike. Like, literally, a no is just a not now. It doesn't mean that it's never gonna happen. And if it's for you, it'll be for you. But literally, just like Jordan said, like just keep trying and keep showing up and show up to all of these things. Like the anytime they have any of these like virtual meetings, if they have events in your area, show up, get to know people, because all of that adds up to your application. So
Good advice.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say just do it. Like that's one motto that I live by. Because I know we as founders and just people with visions, we can easily talk ourselves out, but literally just do it. You really have nothing to lose and everything to gain. But also this is a pre-accelerator. They're not expecting you to have everything together. They're not expecting you to, have a fully function product in the market and thousands of customers. Are here to help you to get there. So hopefully that's something that kind of gets you out of your head. Like you don't have to have everything together. And even if you did, like you just never know. There's so many opportunities that I've gotten, even just being outside of a founder, where just applying, putting yourself out there, just trying things out. So I would just say apply, but also again, this is a pre-accelerator that's here to guide you. So they're not looking for you to have everything together, but also I will say what Anna said, just, you know, looking towards just building relationships and just showing up, because you just never know what opportunities will come from that. So just do it.
Right, you got to operate that spirit of yes. It's the
Yeah.
worst that could happen. Okay, we are going to open the floor to some Q&A now. Shakia, I believe, also is going to be participating. Jordan will also hop in here. So you guys can feel free to ask Anna and Jordan any of the questions directly to them, or if you guys want to ask us any questions pertaining to the program themselves. So let's see
Perfect.
who's
Oh, we have some
first.
hands up.
We
Jay.
do.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jay Hawkins, graduate of Spelman, and the founder of Everwell, a non-alcoholic beverage that transforms the nightlife experience. And as you both were saying that were working through this program and still like full time, I wanted to know if like you had like any practical strategies on what that looked like to balance the two to make sure that you were, showing up in its full capacity.
Well, I know I was working a full-time job at the time. I was a few years out of college. I was working a full-time job at the time. So I can imagine it would be very similar to being a student, if you're a student. But I would just say don't wait till the last minute. Like I know that's just like the default a lot of times as students, and I still do it too. But if you are really being intentional about like what you're learning, I think it's going to tie into how you show up and do the work, or if it's like homework or deliverables that you have to do. I think they call it like the weekly sprints and stuff. Really again putting on your founder hat and realize that this is stuff that you're doing for your business and for the betterment of your business. And so if it's just setting aside time, maybe 30 minutes after each session and just really diving into the material, diving into any deliverables, but just don't wait to the last minute, because I think it does take away from the experience. Or even if you can't, obviously things happen. I think I got behind on a couple of things, but regardless, just making sure that you're staying on top of it as much as possible so you can come and show up prepared and ask the questions that you need to. So I would just maybe allocate an hour, 30 minutes after the session or something to really dive into what you learn.
Thank you. That's a good one.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we look like we have, I don't want to have Meki.
Makai.
Makai.
Thank you so much for this informational session. It was really insightful. My name is Makai Menzel. I'm a student at Morehouse, and I have an idea for a venture, and that was kind of my question. So for the program, are we expected to have like our business together already, or is like ideation allowed? If that makes sense.
I mean, how far into ideation? You're going to be able to come with an idea and you'll be taught how to build it from there. You
Okay.
don't have to, the expectations are more that you're be willing to learn and accept what you're being taught to build on what you have. Because everybody's going to be starting from different points, even though you guys are all going to be in the same program.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Des K.
All right, so hi everyone. My name is Destiny Kerr, but I go by Des K or Des. So it's good to meet everybody. Actually, Jordan, I follow you on Instagram. Love your journey. I've been yes, I have clocked that. I wanted to ask, so when it comes to the entrepreneurship education part or component of the program, right? I know for myself right now, I'm a little, I'm not gonna say a little, I'm definitely struggling when it comes to the nonprofit or for-profit, and then when it comes to partnering with a foundation, how to go about that, the copyright to trademark, all of those factors. So will you guys also touch point on those things, like the paperwork type of things for business in the cohort or just overall the program?
It depends on how Dom's going to approach teaching, but that's where the Q&A session comes in. So typically all those types of subjects will come in, I think, whenever we're talking about profitability and IP one of those weeks. So whenever the Q&A is scheduled, typically on Fridays, that'd be your time to come in and ask those questions specifically. Also, the community that we're going to have online for you guys to interact with, we'll have it organized where those types of questions can be addressed during the week. Is that okay? She went away.
Yes, no, that was good. Yeah, that was just my main thing and making sure of that. But thank you.
No problem. Kyle, you're up next.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kyle Gardner. I'm a fourth-year agricultural business scholar from FAMU. I'm also the proud founder of Zvala, a company dedicated to providing innovative solutions and not only empower parents to provide nutritional aid for kids starting from infancy through adolescence. My question mainly pertains to what aspects or like things that you would consider to be a differentiating factor when it comes to you actually joining this cohort. Like, what would you say would differentiate yourself the most and make you choose this specific individual, since so many of us applying? Also, when it comes to you picking the 5 finalists to be selected for that $20,000, what are those core aspects that you would be looking for to differentiate themselves amongst their competitors? So those two areas.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take that one on.
Yeah, so honestly, when it comes down to the application, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
When it comes down to your application, the focus is just making sure that you are thoroughly explaining what it is that your business does, what the impact your business is going to make. So talking about that problem, that solution, and just being able to articulate, the vision of what what you're expecting it to be, right? Like, the big goal, that big bodacious goal. How are you going to change the world, Kyle? That's the big question. So if you can kind of take those pieces and incorporate that into your application along with why is this a problem for you? Like, what is the passion that's going to keep you, keep you in it? What skin in the game do you have to keep you focused on this particular business, right? So the goal is just we're looking at one, the businesses, but more importantly the founders, right? because the goal is to develop the founders. So you can take this information that you learn and apply it to any business idea, because as we grow in entrepreneurship, we understand that there's going to be a space where you have to learn, grow, and pivot, right? Maybe you're pivoting to something completely different, but the goal is that you are developing the foundational pieces through this program. But being able to articulate, what your vision is, your goal is going to be what is going to help like us determine, who is going to, be part of this cohort. Does that help? I know it feels a little vague, but I just want to make sure that, it's does that help, Kyle?
Yeah, it definitely does help. I was just trying to see, was there probably like some criteria that we may overlook or something that may not be as known that you're like, oh, okay, make sure you do this because this could also be something that could be the big breaker deal for you to go into the top finalists, for example, they would be looking for whenever we select them as well.
No,
If you
not
lied about going to an HBCU, then that would be like, oh, we can't
deal
let them in.
breaker. Deal
If you're
breaker.
17, then it's like, oh, this is illegal, So right now, those are the only
Yeah.
things. Just try to focus on you, your journey. We'll compare your pitches at the end. We're not trying to compare you guys like that up front. We look at applications individually and focus on you and if you're going to be committed to the program. What we're looking more is people who are naturally invested and drawn to the program more so than something that we could just launch. Like Anna and Jordan have both said, this is very much like a holistic type of program. So we're obviously not just focused on businesses. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
do
I
not
appreciate it.
see. You're welcome. No problem. I don't see any more hands. Oh, so I think we're done. Oh, Joel got in there.
Hello, everybody. How everybody doing? I first want to
Hi,
say
how are you?
doing well. I'm doing well. First want to say thank you all for the opportunity to learn more about the program. But my question is more so tailored to the people that who already partaking in the program. Throughout your experience as a founder, has this program helped tailor you to be different from other founders that who has not taken the program when you apply for other programs?
I will just say I throw my Black ambition name out there all the time. So, and that has definitely gotten me into a lot of rooms and a lot of other programs just because it is an elite program. And a lot of people, obviously you see a lot of people apply, a lot of people wish that they had the opportunity. Also, I would say that like I said, the power of community. A lot of these other programs, they don't have that aspect instilled into each one of the founders, and they're not really all working together for the greater good, especially given that this is for HBCUs and just for, minority founders, X, Y, and Z. Like that's a big aspect of it that you don't find in other programs that sets you apart from other founders.
Yeah, definitely what she said. I don't know if there's anything I would add to that. So yeah, what Anna said.
Great. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you. Thank you. And if y'all don't mind, I'd definitely love to connect with you all on LinkedIn or follow me on Instagram as well, as I could continue to learn more from you all's journeys.
Okay, Clark, we have you next.
Hi,
have
everyone.
questions.
Oh, yes. Hi, everyone.
Go ahead.
Thank you again for this session. It's super helpful. I just wanted to ask a quick clarifying question about the HBCU requirement. If we're applying within a team of folks and some folks did go to HBCU and some didn't, is that okay? Or does the entire team need to have gone to an HBCU?
So the founder, the CEO, the executive of the company needs to be that person that attended the HBCU, right? We love that you already have a team set up, right? But the goal is to make sure that we are providing this program for HBCU students. So it has to be someone on that executive team, that founder, that lead person for this business. Does that help the your question, Clark?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And Jayla?
Hey, yes, sorry. One last quick
It's okay.
I noticed on the website that it said it would be up to 2 60-minute sessions. Have you all like discussed what time and dates that those would be to like make sure they were available? That we can kind of block our calendars, thinking optimistically.
All that information typically is going to be shared with you whenever you get in your program. You also got to take it step by step. Just, apply and we'll figure it out. You're not going to get like, just don't count yourself out because you're worried about management. We will work with you.
Thank
like
you.
Lashade mentioned earlier, these sessions will be recorded. You'll have access to this information. So the goal is to make sure that you are just staying on top of, the sessions, the required work that's going to be done is that's going to be asked for as well. And it's attend as many as you can. The goal is to get you to 12 out of 16. Like you can miss a good 4 sessions, and that's the least.
That's a month.
We're not saying miss the 4 sessions. However, we understand life, okay? Life is happening every single day. But on that same token, it gives you that space and that opportunity to provide that flexibility. And then you'll get the schedule ahead of time. So once you get the schedule, just mark it out on your calendars and make everything else work around it because this is something that you doing it for you. Okay. There we go. Okay.
And the 12, 16, that's to be, considered to pitch. We're not going to get kicked out the program. We're not going to like close off your access to materials and things like that. So still be open to learning and absorbing all that. Even if you feel like maybe I'll miss sessions live, you'll still be able to get the information.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Aria, we will have you as our last question and then Shakia will close. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Aria Freeman from Fayetteville State University, and my main question, I'm pretty sure you kind of already answered it, but I just wanted to make sure. This accelerator program is friendly to pre-revenue companies, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Sounds good. Thank you.
For sure. No problem.
Perfect.
Right.
Listen, thank you. Your hand. I think that we just got that one. Okay, perfect. But listen, like we said, we're respecting everyone's time. I'm so excited that y'all were able to join, come in and get your questions answered. I hope that this information session was exactly what you needed to say, oh, let me go ahead and submit my application today. Okay. As you see, we are community focused. We are family when it comes down to just understanding and working together and collaborating as well. This is the perfect time and opportunity to kind of go ahead, especially if you have a little time. The application is not long at all, trust me. It's a perfect time to go ahead and get your application done. But also, if you have any questions, feel free to connect with us. You can email us. This email here is the HBCU Pre-Accelerator email. If you have any questions specific to this program, I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, all of the things. Okay. Black Ambition Prize, we constantly have different programs and opportunities that are out and available. Samia was actually in the chat. She manages our newsletter. Go to our website, join the newsletter. Also check out Act House as well. They always have a number of different programs running simultaneously as well. And then also check out their Instagram, their website, because this gives you the opportunity to maximize your efforts to build, scale, and grow, and then of course invest and pour into you. Okay. So I'm happy that you all were able to join. Any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Okay.
Thank you, y'all.
Good luck.
Best of luck. Good luck. Hope we see some of y'all in August. Shakia.
Yes, ma'am. I see you're
Did
here.
you see my message?
I did. So
Okay,
I'll see.
so
I don't need anything.
Perfect.